In Washington, D.C., where one day after a horrific mass shooting took place at the Navy Yard, people are just now starting to get back to normal life, though a lot of questions being asked today, questions regarding the killer, safety, and gun control. For the very latest on the situation, we turn to Ebru's Kyle Schmoyer, who is live in D.C. with more. Kyle, now that we know who the shooter was, a little bit about him, is there any more that you can tell us about the timeline of events?
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting a little bit better a picture of that today. Right now, we know only essential personnel returned to work to the Navy Yard behind me there in a separate area today. This as investigators continue to go over the multiple shooting scenes to collect evidence. They saying they will be here as long as it takes. And on this day after, we're learning more about how the shooter got behind those gates onto that military installation, how the terror and panic ensued when he opened fire, and also more about the truly horrific acts that ensued and the heroic acts of police officers and first responders to make sure this tragic event wasn't much worse. We now know 34-year-old Aaron Alexis entered the Washington Navy Yard just like most of the other employees reporting for work Monday morning.
Mr. Alexis had legitimate access to the Navy Yard as a result of his work as a contractor, and he utilized a valid pass to gain entry to the building. At this time, we believe that Mr. Alexis entered Building 197 at the Navy Yard with a shotgun. We do not have any information at this time that he had an AR-15 in his possession.
Some police sources indicate the shooter assembled the shotgun rifle once past security and in the building. Then he opened fire from a third and fourth floor atrium toward the cafeteria below.
Literally 2 minutes after the call was dispatched, we had officers at the gates arriving on the scene. Within 7 minutes, had officers at the building entering the building to engage an active shooter as shots were actively being fired.
Eventually, Alexis was killed in a heavy gun battle with police, leaving one officer with serious wounds to his legs. In all, 12 people, all civilians or contractors, were killed. They range in age from 46 to 73 years old. And now come the many unanswered questions.
What caused this individual to kill so many innocent men and women? How did he carry out and plan this attack? How did he get access to the weapons?
The FBI confirms the shotgun was legally purchased recently in Virginia. Law enforcement also knows Alexis had been staying in local hotels here since August 25th. But as a simple tribute to the 12 lives lost rests just outside the Naval Yard entrance, the biggest question, why this happened, remains a mystery. And you know, another question that is emerging tonight is just how this 34-year-old shooter got the type of access that he got to get beyond the gates and inside there and around that military installation here in Washington, D.C. Investigators say they are looking into both his medical and his criminal background. We know he was honorably discharged from the military in January of 2011, but there's also reports out that there is at least 8 incidents where he was cited for misconduct over his naval career. There have been other instances that have been reported of criminal situations. So a lot of people asking the question tonight, Nicole, how did he get this access? How did he get the clearance? Something investigators are going to look at from every angle in the days and the weeks to come. Nicole?
Very, very good point, Kyle. And as you just said, this is all just beginning from his end, and as well from the fact that there could have been budget cuts that could have led to the safety lapse as well. It's just beginning, as you said. Thanks very much, Kyle.